have a little Dinah vagina down here. Hi. Oh, ow. You're a mean kitty. Ow. Hey guys, what's up? So welcome back to my channel. It's been quite a few weeks, I think, since I've done one of these what I eat in a day videos. And you guys seem to really enjoy these, and I really enjoy making them for you. But truth be told, guys, I have not been adulting very well lately. I ran out of groceries a couple weeks ago. So this is my food situation that I got going on right now. This is the grocery situation. And do I look at all like I feel like going out to go grocery shopping? No, I do not. Hey Dinah, do you want to do me a favor and go grocery shopping? Go get me some food. Dinah. Yeah, I'm talking to you. Useless freeloader. And instead of being a responsible adult and going to the grocery store like any normal human being, I decided to just start eating out at restaurants in my area and not have any groceries in the house. So I haven't recorded a what I eat in a day video because I really haven't had any food in the house in order to prepare my own food and meal plans and stuff like that to share with you guys. I've just been eating like a lot of tacos and Mexican food and drinking a lot of red wine. Oh, and eating way more ice cream than any responsible adult should ever be eating. Oh my god, ice cream needs to happen like right now. There are so many really good ice cream shops in my area that offer vegan options with like cashew bases and sorbets and stuff. And so I've been eating a ton of ice cream and it's just not okay. So sad story, as I was trying to film this, I dropped my ice cream on the ground. Sad. I really wanted that ice cream. I decided that I would get my butt into gear and get some groceries delivered. I use Instacart. I've told you guys this before because I absolutely hate grocery shopping. I would rather pay somebody to do for me. So I ended up getting a bunch of groceries delivered and preparing a bunch of food, and I still go out. I mean, on this day that I recorded this what I eat in a day video, I still went out for dinner with a friend. So I did finally get some groceries in the house. That way I can prepare some vegan healthy options and share it with you guys because you guys seem to really enjoy that. With that being said, guys, I'll go ahead and jump into what I had for breakfast on this day. The very first thing that I absolutely need to have is my coffee, and I actually went grocery shopping and completely forgot to get my coffee. So I went over to this little cafe that's right over next to where I live, and they have the best coffee. And this little cafe is so cute. It's like this little hole in the wall in an alley, and they just make the best coffee. So went and got that, came back and drank it and enjoyed my morning while doing a little bit of work on my computer and that sort of thing until I was hungry. And then by the time I was hungry, I just decided to make a really simple fruit smoothie. So I have like this single serving little blender that I put all my frozen fruit and stuff into, and so that's what I made my smoothie with. And I just grabbed whatever frozen fruit was in my freezer, which I think I had some banana and some strawberries, and then I put it into my blender. And then a little trick that I do, because my blender isn't super powerful, I kind of break up the fruit once it thaws out a little bit. That way it doesn't like all clump together and just kind of spin in circles without getting broken up. So I did that, and then I added some chia seeds, which add a little bit more fiber and protein and omega-3s to the smoothie. So I put a couple teaspoons of that into the smoothie and then added some juice. And then I add in about a handful, like a small handful of baby spinach to add even more nutrients to it. Then I just popped the lid on and blended it up, and I had my smoothie for breakfast. So a little while after breakfast, I decided to go on a run, and then when I got back, I was pretty hungry. So I wasn't quite ready for lunch yet, and so I decided to make these lettuce wraps with a chickpea filling and some shredded beetroot. And these are really easy to make. I actually don't remember the exact way I made them. I'll have to look through the footage in order to see, you know, what portions I used and stuff like that. But I do remember I used half a can of chickpeas, which are also known as garbanzo beans, and I just made to rinse them out. And then I added half of the can into a bowl and mashed it together with half of an avocado. And the avocado kind of lends like this really nice creaminess to it, and you don't want it to be like completely smooth. You just want to mash it up with a fork and kind of give it some texture. I chopped up some celery and added some spices and some horseradish, and then I just plated it up with some lettuce. And the one that I used is like this living lettuce that still has the roots attached to it, so it keeps it fresh for longer. It's kind of cool. But I just plated it up with a few of those leaves and then some shredded beetroot, and then I just kind of spooned it into the lettuce and made these little taco wrap deals for a snack, and they were so good. I will let you guys know though, they were very messy because of the beetroot. Like the beetroot just stains everything, but it was so worth it because it adds a lot of nutritional impact to the wraps and a little bit of sweetness. They were just really good. And again, the recipe will be down below in the description bar if you guys are interested in checking that out. Alright guys, so a little while later I decided to make my lunch, and for lunch I decided to try kind of a new recipe, and and I'll explain why I tried this one in particular. So you guys know that I get really bad eczema. I get it on my wrists, which you guys see all the time in my, makeup tutorials. And right now I'm having a flare up on top of my hands and on my fingers, and I'm just sick of it. Like, I'm sick of having eczema. It's really painful, it's really itchy, and it's just bothersome. So one of the things that I've been looking into is something called a Candida cleanse diet. And if you guys don't know what it is, I'll link some information down below. But basically, Candida is something like a microorganism that people have in their bodies. I don't know if it's a yeast or what it is, but when your body becomes unbalanced, sometimes the Candida can be overgrown in your body, and it manifests itself in ways like skin problems and eczema and that sort of thing. And so if you get eczema like I do, there's a good chance that you have an overgrowth of this Candida. And so one of the ways that you can kind of help your skin restore balance and get rid of this overgrowth of Candida is to eat a certain way, which requires you to eliminate things like simple sugars, flour made out of wheat, gluten, that sort of thing. And so I've been really interested in checking it out, but I haven't yet gone on this diet, but I wanted to try out one of these recipes in order to see like how it was and if it was easy to make, that sort of thing. And so this recipe was an individual like homemade pizza that uses no wheat flour, no animal products, and then uses like zucchini as its base. And truth be told, guys, I made it and it wasn't like the most fantastic pizza I had ever made. Okay, so last slice. On a scale from 1 to 10, I give this about a 6. It's not great, but it's definitely not the worst thing I've ever eaten. It's okay. But it was interesting. It was very doughy. It wasn't like the best thing I had ever tried, but it was very healthy and it tasted very healthy. So basically how you make it is you grate up some zucchinis and then you cook them a little bit in the microwave and then wring out all the moisture using a towel. And then you're kind of left with like this ball of cooked zucchini that you mash up with flaxseed eggs, which are essentially just flax seeds that have been ground up mixed with water, and it kind of creates like this gelatinous paste that acts as an egg to kind of bond everything together. And then you want to use some sort of flour that doesn't have any wheat in it. And so the one that I decided to use is a coconut flour, and it was interesting. I had never tried it out in any recipe before, but you could definitely taste some coconut flavor to it, but I didn't mind because I like coconut. But anyway, guys, you bake that after seasoning it and all that sort of stuff, and then I used a pre-made tomato sauce on the top along with some fresh basil leaves and some homemade vegan Parmesan. And it was decent. It wasn't like the best thing I had ever made, but it was definitely something that I would try again and maybe modify the recipe just a little bit to see how the consistency would come out, because the main thing was I thought that the crust was just a little bit too doughy and too chewy, which means I probably didn't cook it long enough, so it was probably my fault. Alright guys, so finally for dinner I decided to go out with a friend, and we ended up going to this Burmese spot that he suggested. So we're gonna go get some Burmese food for dinner. We decided to go out to get something, and I've never been to this place, but apparently it's really good, so I'm really excited. And I passed by this place so many times and I had never actually checked it out. Every time I've passed by this place, I mean, I saw the sign, it was very unassuming, it didn't look like anything great, but we got in there and I think that we ordered, let's see, some samosas that were made out of potato, some rice noodles, and then this really awesome pumpkin vegetarian curry. And finally we have the pumpkin curry with vegetables and coconut rice. It was so good. It was so good and I was really impressed by it. So we had a good time eating out, and I know that I told you guys that I went grocery shopping, but I still wanted to go out with my friends. So, but it was nice to go out and eat something like that that was really filling and just really flavorful, had tons of spices, and it was cool to try out something new. Alright guys, so with that being said, that is what I had to eat on that day that I was just talking about. Anyway guys, I feel like I haven't had one of these sit down and kind of conversation videos with you guys in quite a while, so I'm glad to have done it because I miss you guys, I miss us, I miss our conversations, and so I will talk to you guys soon. And yeah, with that being said, I love you guys and I'll talk to you soon, like I said.